Okay, that's enough of that. Greetings, everyone. Where's my camera? There. Let's see what I look like today. That's what I look like today. Hello. I hope you're all having fun in the chat, by the way. There's a whole bunch of you there just chatting away. I'm thinking sometimes I'll start a stream and not even do anything, just have it open so people can chat. It's a friendly thing to do. Mick West, poor Mick West. You know, this, right, let me hide my window because I can see myself and it's distracting right now and I don't really want to. Right, close that. I don't really keep up with a lot of the stuff that major flat earth channels do. So I don't know when I'm covering something that's been already covered or not. And it doesn't really matter, it's not important. But this, I'm covering this. I made a video. I didn't actually notice on the video, my most recent video with Jenna Fredo, with Jenna Fredo's Sky Dome vid. And it says about this curvature over water close to the horizon. But then Mick West added me in a comment to Cosmic Surfer. I don't remember having commented to him about, I don't know. Anyway, I'll show you. This thing about his curvature thing. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I looked, somebody had already pointed it out in the comments. There's a horizon over water thing. So I'm going to show you guys. Right, close that because we don't need it. And then we're going to discuss it a little bit. And then I'm going to help a globe believer who somehow still doesn't grasp the fact that because the Earth is not curved, the curvature calculators can't be correct because they calculate curvature that isn't really there. Now, it might have been feasible for people to use when optics weren't very good, you know, when you couldn't really zoom very far. But now we can. And it's like, no, it doesn't really work anymore. You know, ships going over the horizon, hull first, all of that silliness. So, and you'll remember, by the way, that when people made those videos, we didn't really have the kind of readily available equipment to take a good look to see these ships over the horizon. People weren't going to use telescopes that have been so incredibly well manufactured to look at the stars and turn them horizontally to look at boats. And if they did, don't see any videos of them. But yeah, it looks like the whole Earth curve calculator fiasco is like blowing up in the Grobling's face. I'm going to make a prediction right now, which is this. Groblings will soon start going, I don't even care about all of that anymore. Yeah, they'll just say, what does it matter anyway? I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. People can carry on saying the Earth is flat if they want. I don't care. Well, they cared until now. And this is what Groblings will say. Like, I'm not bothered. Like, I mean, like, what does it matter anyway? It's like this. It really, really doesn't matter if the Earth is flat or curved. It doesn't matter at all. But given that it doesn't matter, you think that, well, there wouldn't be much effort put into pretending that it's a globe and hiding and burying inconvenient things about the world, hiding certain facets of physics that are not convenient, certain facets of history that are not convenient, archaeology, paleontology, just hiding things that are just not convenient, and then pushing just this great mystery of the world thing as if that's fine. Here we have great scholars, and here we have this ancient city found in the middle of the jungle. It's just a great mystery. It's like, oh, well, they came from another place. They came here, built this big city. See these murals, these carved I forget what they're called, these panels, hundreds and hundreds of warriors, and these guys, and they're coming here. Look, they're showing their journey. Right, okay, so their journey from where? Oh, we don't really know, because there isn't like another big, huge temple somewhere else where they all congregated before they left and came here. All we've got is like a journey to coming here and building this great big thing. Angkor Wat. Okay? So it's not just the Maya there's a mystery, or the Egyptians. The Egyptians, they tried to like say, oh no, this is just normal line, timeline of history of humans, a bit broken, but their Egypt time. But it kind of, yeah, like, no, it kind of no. And let's not talk about the Olmecs and their Negroid featured statues. Let's just not talk about those. So when the Globies say it doesn't really matter, the answer would be, well, if it doesn't matter, why invest so much energy in propping up something if it doesn't really matter? See? It's like, maybe it does really matter, and that's why there's all this propping of charlatanism, like Mick West, who dedicates himself to debunking conspiracies. That's right, Mick West. On Joe Rogan, there you go on there, debunk some more conspiracies. Not Matt Powerland or Eric DeBay or somebody like that on Joe Rogan. No, Mick West. Oh, right, so I'm going to screen share. Oh, I don't know if this stream is going out properly or if it's been fiddled with. Okay, right, I'm going to separate that window. Okay, that's separate. Again, the people with the wrenches, please control the globelings. And globelings, if you have a comment you'd like to really be paid attention to, in fact, if you want to comment at all in my chat, because this is my channel, if you want to comment at all in my chat, make it through Super Chat. Otherwise, just have your comments deleted, okay? Because you're trying to use this for your propaganda. Right, now I'm going to screen share. Give me a second. Ish, I keep messing my windows up. Oh, my hair's really distracting me. That's bugging me. Right. Anyway, screen share. I thought of being very funny. And you know how in the old days, comedians would do this joke where they'd get a mic and pretend like working. Like, I thought, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go, like a you see what I... Nah, but I thought, nah, don't bother. Come on, screen share. But then I might from time to time just go, come on. Aha, okay, which one do I want? This one. I hope you're all having fun in the chat, by the way. Come on. My system's really slow for some reason. For some reason, when I'm doing Hangouts, when I'm not doing Hangouts, perfectly fine. Okay, so here's a comment I'm referring to. This is the first that I heard. I hadn't messaged him to say something, but it's replying to. Oh, okay. Right, so the note on the curve calculator, not accurate for horizon grazing observations over water, is something I've said before. I've discussed this fact in great length. Okay, first, if you're going to try and give the impression that you're kind of quite well educated, you might want to use the word at. Okay, but never mind. So I've discussed this fact at great length, but people keep ignoring it, so I've made it more prominent. So I've emphasized it more. Great. So here's the terminology, the words he used, which is a new thing that he added, was not accurate for horizon grazing observations over water. Okay, so what would horizon grazing observations be? Well, any horizon observation, any, it's going to be grazing. The angle is going to be so acute that, well, that's what the horizon is, you see. Then if you were to go up, guess what? The horizon would move away so that your angle to it would still be, well, grazing. See, horizon is always at that grazing point. So he changed it. He changed it to this. Note, it's in red. I mean, it's not like he went out of his way to hide it. Okay, so note, not accurate for horizons over water, very close to the horizon. It's like, an Earth curvature calculator that says it's not accurate for observations over water, very close to the horizon. Well, there must be somewhat close to the horizon to determine any type of hidden. You know, this hidden part that's like a major part of the calculation. This hidden, well, it looks like we could just totally dismiss that because, well, if your observation is to see if things are like following the curvature of the Earth, then it would be like how much they're hidden by the horizon. But now it's like, no, doesn't count. No, doesn't count if it's very close to the horizon. And he'll say, oh, no, wait. I said over water, very close to the horizon. Say, wait, you mean over that thing that's the most likely to be free of obstructions, you know, like undulating land, you know, that thing that's the most likely to be, well, as flat as something on a very big scale could be. You mean when checking over something that's as flat as it could possibly be over a large distance, there the curvature breaks down. It's like, I think it breaks down because it's very flat over a large distance, isn't it? That's this over water thing. See, over water. Now, if he added another one, but note 2, also not very accurate over the desert. Because let's face it, it's not very accurate over the desert either. Okay, so Mick, I know you're watching this. How about you add note 2, also not very accurate for observations over the desert, very close to the horizon. Because let's face it, that's where there's more likely to be distortion over the desert, which is kind of opposite. You know, if you think in terms of duality, it's kind of opposite to over water. See, because water very wet, desert not wet at all. Desert very like sandy and not wet. Water very not sandy and very wet. So it's kind of breaking down a little bit for you guys. Like really, it's breaking down, and it's breaking down because of the observations. So let me go somewhere else. I hope I'm screen sharing all right. Let me just have a quick check. Where is it? Oh, no, sorry, wrong window. Now everything will go wrong because I hit the wrong. No, it won't really. Just bear with me though. So I replied to him. I read my replies because they're hilarious. Not really, but oh. Come on, dagnabbit. Oh. Right. Yeah. Now everything really is going wrong. Freaking Max. I tell you what, also, I don't know if this is going out. I watched the thing about the first self-made billionaire woman. Like, she's a fraud. Oh, that's not good for women. That's very ungood for women. Right, is it all going out fine? Give me a second. That's going out. Where's my freaking thing? Where it's supposed to be? gone somewhere. Is it this? What the heck is this? There it is. Okay, yes, everything is going out fine. Okay, apologies for that, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to go somewhere else, just for now, which was Twitter. What the heck is the Twitter thing? Oh, here. Okay, so some replies. He's now excusing his use of the word grazing, which, whoops, I suppose some people might have had a problem with. Say, what the heck is this grazing? Like cows or sheep? It's like, no. It's like skimming, only just, you know, like when you run very next to a concrete wall and you just catch your elbow and you graze your elbow, like that. Okay, that's what he's referring to. But he's going out of his way to, clarify it. I guess the use of grazing, as in grazing angle, is a bit confusing. I've changed it to note, not accurate for observations of a water very close to the horizon. So in other words, just no longer useful. In fact, wasn't useful in the first place. So I'm looking for my comment. So I replied, maybe remove the and how much it hides part. In other words, maybe just scrap your curvature imaginator. You know, since the whole hidden part no longer serves and land is not, generally speaking, as flat as water. And there was another comment. Oh, yes, here you are. So I linked him to the video I made with Jenna Fredo's Skyline Skydome vid, okay, at Mick West. This video, that video, that I'm going to show in a minute because there's some hilarious comments under it, shows your curvature imaginator is way off. As you can see, objects your calculator says should be hundreds of feet beyond the horizon, and yet there they are for all the world to see. So reality refutes your calculator. What went wrong, Mick? Take your time replying, okay? Like, really think about it. Right, and now I'm going to go to that video. Where is it? Right, give me a second. Here, I hope it shows. Let me check that everything's going out fine. Yes, it looks like it. White screen right now. Okay, here we go. Here's the video. You might have seen it a few days ago. This is going to be a short. Right, so I can pause it. And I will move it forward to here. This building here, which, because it's so difficult for Globlings to deal with, they've invented a brand new building that doesn't exist in the real world and said, oh no, that's not the Sky Dome. That's a new building that I've just invented. This building here. It's like, well, it seems to be where the Sky Dome is. And it seems to be, well, the Sky Dome seems to be it. But no, must be some other building. So that's like hundreds and hundreds of feet higher, says one Globling. Whilst another Globling, wait, I'm looking for the comment, argues a very different point. And this is a point I've heard argued before by really stupid people arguing it with flat earthers who were also really stupid. And instead of intelligent flat earthers responding, it was stupid flat earthers. So some of the Globelings will thought, see, they can't even respond to it. Right, so I'm looking for this comment. I hope the guy hasn't removed it or hidden it. But I'll find it. Aha, here it is. And I will address this. Okay. Antonio Subirats, and this is Frank Crowder. Doesn't have anything on his channel, don't bother checking. Oh, go and check and you'll see. Your and her big mistake here is to not realize that all measurements are referred to sea level, not the lake level, as you have both done here. This guy doesn't really understand reality very well. In the initial case, the observer height of 6 foot above the lake is 249 foot above sea level. And I reckon the hidden height is then only just over 88 feet, leaving about 218 feet visible, which looks entirely reasonable. Similarly, for your hypothetical reverse viewing from the top of the tower, It's not a tower, it's a dome, where you get 59 foot hidden. You don't seem to have considered that she is observing from 249 foot height above sea level. So you have got 249 minus 59, or 190 foot to spare. Or put another way, she could easily be seen from the top of the tower. It means the dome. There is nothing wrong with the curve calculators. Hi, Frank Crowder. Oh, I see. So, according to you and your common core, common purpose, La La Land math, the Earth curve calculator states a hidden height of 506 feet becomes a hidden height of only 88 feet because the radius of Jenner's height above sea level is 0.0011899% more than the Earth's radius. Okay, let's show you your error. Earth's mean sea level radius, on which the curvature calculator is based, is 3,963 miles, which is 20,924,640 feet. Let's extend that radius by the Earth's 249 feet of by the extra 249 feet of Jenner's POV elevation and see how that impacts the radius. Oh, look, it's only an increase of 0.0011899%. Remember that from a few sentences ago? Now, increase the 8 inches per mile squared, decrease the 8 inches per mile squared by 0.000118999%. But please do show the math that led you to conclude this 0.001189999% increase in radius causes the higher height to diminish by a factor of 5.75 from the original 506 to 88 feet. This is going to be fun. I hope you don't go silent. He didn't go silent. Okay, it's great. But here, I'll help you out even further. What is it that Jenner was 6 foot above? And was that thing visible or invisible? Here's a hint. Between Jenner and the distant buildings, 30.84 miles away, there was a thing that has a surface extending all the way from her feet to the distant city. And that thing is not invisible. Do you recall what that not invisible thing was? That's right. Well done. It was indeed a lake. That's where you went wrong. You forgot about the non-invisible earth-hugging lake between Jenner and the skyline. But wait, you say that according to your calculations, Jenner, when seen from the top of the dome, which he called tower, would have 190 foot to spare? Do you mean she would be seen 190 foot above the ground by the observer looking back from the top of the dome? Don't you realize people usually stand on the ground, whatever that ground's elevation might be, when making videos from lakeshore? That's what lakeshore means. Where then is this spare 190 feet? So, he didn't go quiet. You don't appreciate how the calculations are done, do you? No, I don't. There's very little value in them. See, that's what you don't that's what appreciate means. You see value in. No, there's no value in them. So the observer height makes a big difference. Not if the whole thing is higher. I'll show you with a quick little diagram that I drew. Actually, try putting the values in the calculator, any calculator, and see what you get. The observer height is 290 feet above sea level. Yes, but the whole baseline is 243 feet above sea level. See? The basic relationship, ignoring any refraction effects, is distance to horizon d in miles given by, and then he goes on to show some of his La La Land math where he completely forgets the point that there's a great big lake. Then he goes, but for the second calculation, my perhaps flippant use of in hand simply means that she would in no way be obscured by the horizon. Not according to the calculators. According to the calculators, you're wrong. Only some of the lake surface would be hidden. See, here he remembers about the lake. But she would be expected to be totally in view. Your comparison of the extra viewer height I used compared to the Earth's radius is irrelevant. Notice how people who, when they really don't know how to deal with something, they say, oh, that's irrelevant. No, it's not really. If anything, it should be compared to the original incorrect viewer height that she used. No, look. Here he says that she used an incorrect viewer height. In her video, and in the video to which he's commenting, I read her script in the description, where she specifies all the details about the viewer height, including elevation above sea level, off the baseline lake, her elevation, the city's elevation from that lake, the whole shebang. So I reply. By the way, I love reading some of my comments sometimes because I forget that I've written them. Then I read them and think, hey, this was written pretty well. Who wrote that? Like, it was me. I hope you're enjoying this, by the way. So, at Frank Crowder. Oh, you were nearly there, and then you got all kerfuddled and lost it. Yes, the observer height is indeed 249 feet above sea level, but you measured down to a horizon at sea level. You know, in his La La Land math, all of this, he's measuring down to a horizon at sea level from an elevation of 249 feet. He's not measuring to horizon at, well, a height of 240, whatever the case might be. Like, for instance, the city, which is 24 feet higher than the lake. He's not measuring to that. He's measuring down. So, yes, the observer height is indeed but you measure down to horizon at sea level. The horizon is not at sea level. How many times do you have to have something pointed out to you? Having once again forgotten about the lake spanning the distance between her and the Rogers Centre and their consistent elevation, you then went on your kerfuddled ramble to place skyline sea level. I don't know what that means. What the heck is that word? I didn't write that. You ramble to place a skyline at sea level. Oh yeah, there you go. It's not at sea level. In fact, it's somewhat above her 249-foot elevation, not below. She's filming from across a lake, remember, not from the edge of a waterfall, silly. The math is relatively simple, as the entire baseline radius is only extended by 249 feet. That's only 0.0011899% longer than the standard mean sea level baseline radius, which modifies the 8 inches per mile squared to 7.9999 inches per mile squared. Got it? This 7.9999 inches reflects any modification owed to the extra elevation. I repeat, this 7.9999 inches reflects any modification owed to the extra elevation, which means that it corrects the difference between those distances at sea level and those distances at 249 feet elevation. Now, this is math, and if you carry on arguing, I'll embarrass you in your common core, common purpose, La La Land version of math on a live stream. And you know what that will do, don't you? It will make people you've been hoping to influence with your comments think that you're really quite stupid and you've been defending the globe. So that might be stupid too. Otherwise, there would be something more substantial to support it than your La La Land math. Unfortunately, you'll have to just swallow the bitter pill of acceptance that no amount of praying to your La La Land gods will help you dismiss the inconvenient truth with the comparison of the extra viewer height compared to the Earth's radius is irrelevant. You see, that statement might hold true if Jenna was stood videoing from a waterfall 243 feet above sea level. Remember, she's 6 foot above. Okay, so 243 feet is where she would be standing in this hypothetical waterfall. Above sea level, filming a skyline at a sea level horizon. But was that the situation? Was she stood by a waterfall 243 feet above sea level, filming the buildings at the horizon at sea level? No. But that's what your math has determined must be taking place. But that is not what took place. But your math defines that as being the case for the evidence to correlate with your spheroid. But that was not the case, and those were not the circumstances. So what went wrong, Frank Crowder? Well, what went wrong is that an observation was made that was not predicted by your globe. See, the predicted part, you know, the science thing, which is there to make predictions, it was not predicted by your globe, which falsifies its curvature math, and which caused Mick West to amend his Metabunk curvature calculator with the line, note, not accurate for observations over water very close to the horizon. He didn't reply after that. So even though I did say, hey, you carry on, I'm going to embarrass you, and then he didn't carry on, I thought, I'm going to embarrass him anyway. So now I'm going to help clarify this for the few globelings in the chat. I'm going to stop screen sharing with a little drawing I made, and then I'm going to do some more drawings because I like drawing. Look, globelings, see these two lines? They're parallel to each other, although they're curved. It's like, any point on a line with another point, there's a bit of an error problem there with parallel curvedness. If you think about it, like logically, where any point on a line has an equal corresponding point. It's like, can't be really, not unless a point here is not really a point, it's just an idea that has a corresponding idea there, but those can't be points, because let's say a point was x wide. Well, here there would be more of those points. So no, it wouldn't be every point has a corresponding. But never mind that. Don't get, just pretend that you were in the wrong class. Okay, you went into a class for a couple of years advanced. Okay, from what you should be in. This is your class, Groblings. This is the baseline at sea level, the black line. The Earth curve calculator is on that. It's supposedly based on an 8 inches per mile squared basis, but it's not really. It's just under. Just, the globulins keep just trying to bring it down. It's like, no, it's less curved. Notice that, by the way, flat earthers. The globulins going to increasingly say, no, the curvature calculator is really wrong. It's really a bit less curved. It's less curved, but they can't really, because it's geometry and you're going to calculate and say, no, it is like 8 inches per mile squared. Now, this is the baseline that silly person, Crowder, was trying to say is the baseline on which the calculator is based. And this is the baseline of 243 feet elevation, the red one, okay? 243 feet elevation. The difference in curvature between the two is minuscule, 0.001133899 or something like that. Very, very tiny. See, and you can see that these match each other, because the way I drew it was I held the pens together so that it was the same distance between them, and I just went zunk. See, like easy. So what that silly boob was doing was saying this. Look, Jennifer's height is here, and she's measuring to the city here. But this is lake. See, this is lake, and this is where the city was. You see? And I have seen that argument before. I heard that argument being, somebody's trying to use that argument before. Like, dude, how? You've forgotten the part where the whole thing is at a higher elevation. The whole thing. Anyway, now I'm going to draw what that guy was kind of somehow magically praying to his Lala gods would be the case. It would be this. Here is a waterfall, okay? You can't see the other side of the waterfall. You just, Jennifer is somewhere like here. With a camera. She's wearing a big baggy coat, okay? With a camera, and there you go. See, there's a waterfall. See, eye level. but it's a waterfall and you can't see the other side of it. It falls down 243 feet. And in the distance, the water is going da, 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 like that too. It just appearing to match that line, which is the waterfall. And there's the city. See, there's the city. At sea level, this is playing the role of sea level, and this is playing the role of 243 feet elevation. Okay, somehow that globling thought this must be going on. Otherwise, we wouldn't see any of those things. We'd only see water, bit of a tower, like that. That's what we'd see. Something like that. Something like that. Bit like that. I don't know. With the rest of the city on the beyond the horizon, can you see, by a number of feet as determined by the Earth curve calculators. See? And the Earth curve calculator is calculating from, well, to the base. Okay, so this is what we're working out with a 0.00 blah, 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 blah. This, okay? We've adjusted. This is now not playing mean sea level. This is now playing 243 feet elevation. Understand? It's the same. You have to press the same buttons. It's not magic, Globelinks. So this is what the Globelinks are going to do. They're going to continue to claim that the Earth curve calculator, that the calculations for the Earth curvature are actually smaller. Not 8 inches, but 7 point something. Eventually, they'll try and shave it down to like, well, 0. Like, and they will. They'll say, well, it does. You can't determine curvature from looking at the horizon. But wasn't the horizon observations part of what made you think of curvature in the first place? Yeah. And that was a mistake. Yeah, but then it turned out that it was all right because Eratosthenes, like, wait a minute. Eratosthenes parallel rays, but they're not parallel. And I don't mean non-parallel like those two curved lines at the beginning. I mean not parallel like, well, not parallel. Like that, not parallel. Really, like not parallel. And Globally said, no, it's a parallel, but point of convergence. Like, no, dim, you're not understanding. You haven't got a clue what the sun is or how light actually works. The reason you haven't got a clue is that you've had this propped up globe idea. And the fact that you've had this propped up globe idea has made people not understand light or the sun properly. And that's why it's important to discuss the truth. That's why it's been hidden. And to be honest with you, fellas, the reason it's been hidden is to stop the sheep, the goy, the cattle from just wandering off. Really, that is why it's been, that's why the globe was made. That's why the religions were made. All of the religions were made to stop people from wandering off. And I don't mean in a kind, positive way. Stay here, you'll be safe. Safety in numbers. Like, no, not really. No. The safety in power and in strength and in knowledge. There's safety there. But the globe idea, which is a religion, and we see from the people in the chat that they treat it like a religion. They actually refer to it, they revere it like they do a religion. Wait, sorry. So I'm now going to go into the chat and I'm going to see what's going on whilst I collect my thoughts on further things that I was going to say, because I've got a bunch of other things that I'm going to say. Oh, Let's see. I don't know that video. I've not seen it. IN26. There's a video. Oh, it's coming out, by the way. So I'll read the comments. Antonio, video on my channel. Is this what you mean by filaments being aligned with a focal point? I'm going to have a look at the video. There's a video. I saved it in case I lost what it was called, and then no, I'm looking at the video. Kind of, but it's very good. I have to say, it's very good. This would be like one dimension what you're showing. IN26. So I downloaded a video. It was a video of a horizon tube observation, which I'm still waiting to do. We're now waiting on the globe link, who's going to join me to do it, you know, to verify that everything is legit and correct for the other globe links out there. Somehow now, that globe link's like, I was all raring to go and do it until I realized shine a light. It's going to be very difficult for me to argue with. If it turns out the horizon's the same distance that way, like let's say it's not in the center of the tube. It's just below, but it's just below the center of the tube looking that way, and just below the center of the tube looking the opposite way. See? So if that's the case, like, well, that little bit of tube, that's not the dip. That can't be the dip to the. Looks like this dip thing doesn't really. Looks like it's just invented. Anyway, so I downloaded this video and I'm telling you guys now, you can see in the same way that the last video I showed a beam of light that was recorded by a woman, Rachel, recording a beam of light. What the heck? Okay. You can see filaments, like the individual filaments of light in water. So one of the flat earthers who was making videos of the horizon through a tube at various different elevations. At one point, he's making one. He's got the whole thing on the roof of his car. And as he's filming with the camera, he just catches there's a couple of drops of water. And in these drops of water, you see these filaments. You will see them, guys. And not only this, but as time goes on, I should have put this in the book, but it hadn't come to me yet. As time goes on, what's going to happen is people, humans, normal humans, no optics, no filter, normal humans will start to actually see filaments from the sun. So when the sun is very high and you're on holiday, just watching over the beach, there will be points where you will see filaments as if there were spider webs, but you're at the beach. There's no spider hanging out web from a cloud. Okay, it's a beach, open sky above you. You will see brief strands of what look like spider webs just flash in front. That will happen. You will feel it on your skin when you're not seeing. You'll be there, and suddenly it's like, oh, something just stung me. That's what's going to happen, folks. And when it does, those of you who heard it here will go, how did he know? Like, it's a good question. Right, let me close that. Now I'm going into the chat. But thanks for doing that, IN26. That's pretty cool. How about making notes in future? Oh, yeah, no. I saved it. So, okay. I might still have it, but my computer is so disorganized. Or I might have deleted it at one point when everything was very crowded. I thought, I'll just move all these away. But yes, I will find it at some point. Well, no, wait. I say I'll find it. It used to be the case that you'd put a channel name and you'd find the channel name straight away and a type of video, and it would give you those types of video. Like, for instance, Horizon Tube Test or Horizon Test. And it would give you videos that had, well, Horizon Test in the title. Sometimes testing the horizon, sometimes horizon testing. And now it's like, look at all these globe Earth videos that don't even have anything to do with the horizon in the title. That's what's happening now. The Divine Plane is here. That's cool. He's going to make some very good observations. So much Harry Bird. Yeah, you are. Hey, Andy, how you doing? Yeah. So, I'm just making notes. Dag nabbit, of course. I do make notes. Then I lose them. Iron 26. Seamless ubiquitous nexus. And there's somebody in the chat going, yeah. The sun is a seamless ubiquitous nexus. So in your video where you're showing this pinching, it's like, not really. It's, if you were, think of this, okay, Iron 26. If you were to place a mesh of lines, like you had, just a whole mesh of lines, and then look through the mesh, there will be points where there's gaps between the lines. As you look through them, there's gaps. So they don't make a nexus. There'll be points where they'll come very close to actually being a nexus, a joining point, okay? A point where various different lines meet, cross over, converge, okay? But then when you've actually modeled the sun, you'll have one point that's distinctly the sun. That's the point where all of these converge. That's the sun. That's a seamless, ubiquitous nexus. I've been trying to think. I've been trying to figure out how to display it, but I think it has to be, well, it is holographic, so very difficult to visualize the layers and how the layers are arranged. And they're not just layers that are arranged vertically. They're arranged in 360 degrees. So very difficult. If it wasn't difficult, it would have been done already. Right, I'm looking through. Right there, Subgenius. Yo, how you doing? I'm just looking through the chat. Clive Albert. Yes. There are ways for YouTube to get between you and the thing you're looking for, especially if the thing you're looking for is flat Earth or other conspiracies. It doesn't seem to be the case when looking at, say, vaccinations or anti-vaccinations or 9/11 or any of the others. It doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to be flat Earth that's very difficult to wade through. Jose Gonzalez. No, you're not. If that's Jose J.G. Gonzalez, you're not shadow banned. You're banned. That's right. For your propagandic tactics. That's right. So, if that is Jose J.G. Gonzalez, why don't you tell to the people what happened? So, you make videos showing no curvature of Lake Pontchartrain. You then make an agreement to meet soundly. You then meet soundly. You then stop being a flat earther. Is that what happened? Is that how it went? In which case, explain to people. Because you know that Mick West has just said, over water, very close to the horizon, and he's since kind of started changing, Mick West, what he says, what he means. So first, observations grazing the horizon at a very acute angle to the horizon over water at objects very close to the horizon, as in, you know, if they're beyond the horizon, then that would make them very close to the horizon. They don't count, okay? That doesn't count. You can't calculate those things, right? He's now saying, after I said, you know, all points at the horizon are by the fact that they're at the horizon grazing The angle is always going to be grazing if it's an angle to the horizon. It's changing to say, no, I mean like things like lasers, like you can say whatever you want, clown shoe. We have reflections from mirrors. We have just standard light. So, okay. So what's the thing? Now, observations over water don't count. Well, then maybe tell soundly your observations over water don't count. Sorry. Yes, I was. Clive Albert. Antonio just done a search in title flat earth and got loads. So maybe they're just targeting known flat earthers. I think so. Clive Albert, let me know. So you did a search flat earth. Okay. Were they flat earth videos by flat earthers? Just let us know. Anyway, this one specific one, I couldn't. Okay, now I'm going to address JG Gonzalez, and this is the last time I address you right now. Okay, and then I'm going to ban you. And I'm going to show it. Just a second. I will screen share. No, I'm not going to show it. I'll let people remember. Jose Gonzalez, you have seen the video of the Sky Dome by Jenna Fredo. You've seen that video. You've seen that skyline is visible. Address it right now in the chat. And I tell you what, because it's going to be better for the viewers, I'm going to show it. I'm going to show the video. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is why I say the Globelings don't get to propagandize on this channel. Okay. I just said to Jose Gonzalez, who makes the Mexicans of Spanish heritage feel cowardly, like cowardly, shitty people. Okay, you're bad for your people. Okay, you're a shame. You devalue them. Okay, you devalue your surname. This is what he writes. I will not watch any more if I'm not welcome. Keep creating comments. I appreciate that. I don't care about you appreciating. You've been making comments, and I said, make a comment about this right now. I said, nope, I will not. This is why. So I'm going to show it. Thanks for the opportunity to remind people. JG Gonzalez. I'll show right now. Wait. Okay. Here's the script. Okay. The Toronto skyline at 30.84 miles away from Fort Niagara, New York. The Rogers Center Dome is only 282 feet high. Oops, sorry, I didn't realize that the video was playing. Right. 282 feet high. Lake Ontario's elevation is 243 feet. The base elevation of the Rogers Center is 267 feet. That's from sea level, making the total height of the Rogers Center 306 feet above the lake. My elevation was approximately 6 foot above the lake. She shows this. I think it was maybe a little bit less, unless she's a very tall person. Alleged curvature should be 516.85 feet of drop. The Rogers Center, listen, the drop should be 516. The total height of the Rogers Center is 306 feet. See? See? Shouldn't be visible, but it is. Rogers Center should not have been visible. The temperature of Toronto, Fort Niagara, and Lake Ontario We're all within 5 degrees of each other, so you can forget about trying to use refractive elements. They always need a variation of larger than 5 degrees, okay? And the humidity of the air between both points did not exceed 43%, okay? Okay, so here's the video. You see it right there. There it is, right there. And the rest of the city. Lots of these buildings are shorter than the dome, okay? So you see what's happening. Oops, wait. Right. If you look carefully, you can see, look, here's the dome. Between the dome and the lakeshore on their side, there's a building in front. See, that's why it looks quite kind of square here. Here's the shadow of the dome. You see, just here. You can see shadow there off the dome, right? So there, that's the dome. This here. Very cool construction, by the way, if anybody's interested in like a cool kind of a transformer style construction architecture. It's brilliant. It's an awesome building right there, not beyond the horizon. Okay, this horizon, if the earth was curved, in the image should be, well, about here, something like so, because we're not seeing all the way to the bottom of this building. No, that's not how reality works. About here should be the horizon. This, like all of it gone. It's not gone though, okay? Jose J.G. Gonzalez, you cowardly person who's giving your people, your race, your culture a bad name. You're not making them seem like legit people who just, well, they'll just go wherever the truth is. No, you're making them seem like cowardly people who don't address things that question their position. Your position of, well, it's really a globe from the observations. Your position is held to inquisition when an image like this is presented. You see, this refutes your position. Do you get me? Oh, right. I think something might have happened. Just a second. Right. I think I'm not screen sharing, dagnabbit. Is that what happened? Thanks, Rolf. Yes, that is what happened. Oh. Right. Give me a second. And I will read that again and show it. Right. Sorry about that, guys. So, Jose J.G. Gonzalez. Okay, look, this video here, the infamous auto level. Under it, there's a link to the video, the actual original video of this. This refutes your globe and your cowardly position of not addressing this in favor of addressing other things that are moot. You get me? They're moot. The Soundly vid, which I'm not going to show because of copyright strikes of crowd like him and Otsman and all those very honorable people, those videos are moot. The Earth cannot have the level of curvature that those videos show because, well, the Earth would be about the size of, say, France, if that was the case. Okay, it's ridiculous. So I'm going to read again the script that I read a minute ago, but this time so people can see it on the screen. The Toronto skyline at 330. The Toronto skyline at 30.84 miles away from Fort Niagara, New York. The Rogers Centre Dome is only 282 feet high. Lake Ontario elevation is 243 feet. The base elevation of the Rogers Centre is 267 feet. That's 24 feet higher than the lake, see? Making the total height of the Rogers Centre 306 feet above the lake. My elevation was approximately 6 foot above the lake. Alleged curvature should be 516 feet of drop. Rogers Centre should not have been visible. The temperature of Toronto, Fort Niagara, and Lake Ontario were all within 5 degrees of each other, and the humidity of the air between both points did not exceed 43%. So you can't say inferior mirage, superior mirage, mirage of any type, or refraction, standard or otherwise. Okay, here's the building. It's behind. Oh, I want that cursor to, never mind. Here's the dome. Here you can see a portion of it. Okay, goes like this over to here. Okay, in front of the dome, there's this building. Because Globelings can't deal with this photo, they've said, no, you're not seeing the dome. The dome is beyond the curvature. It's like, well, what about these other buildings that are like less high than the dome? Okay, no, the dome is beyond the curvature, but these other buildings are all higher than the dome. So, no, those buildings are not higher than the dome. Those buildings are in the shot, and so is the dome. Okay, they just invent things. They fabricate, just like religious people when, well, questions are made of their religion about some of the absurdities to do with their origin myths, whatever it is. Now, here is the calculation showing that if you were to look from the top of the Rogers Center to her position, she would be hidden, according to Metabunk. See here, not accurate for horizon grazing observations over water. Okay, she'd be hidden by 33 feet. Okay, the geometric hidden would be 59 feet. This 33 feet is according to very specific conditions, which were not met on that day. Okay, that day, those conditions were not the case. She would be hidden by 59 feet. Okay, being seen from a much higher elevation of 306 feet. From here, she should be hidden. She wouldn't be hidden though. She'd be within the line of sight. Okay, so now let me move ahead. Now, observations very close to the horizon over water. Watch this, people. I'm going to play it with audio. Let's see how high she is. Actually, I'll take the audio off. Oh, look, it's getting closer and closer to the horizon over water. Oh, look. I'd say that's like the horizon, and I'd say that that's over water, and I'd say that that's her left foot, and that's her right foot, and she's like at Lake Shore. Okay? So this is why Mick West says, it doesn't count when it's at the horizon over water. You see, this is why he says it. Because, well, if the Earth was actually curved, and that curvature was kind of ubiquitous over areas that didn't have features like peaks and valleys, you know, like over, say, water, then if that was the case, this would be hidden. You'd only have, well, maybe this, maybe some of this visible, maybe. Depends, because it's still moot, because there's no way of verifying. But you can see, like, no, actually, you're seeing all of this. All of this, which should be missing, is not missing. It's right there. So this is Mick West's problem with reality is he says reality should show this. Reality says, no, look, this is what I show. And Mick West says, no, because we're on a sphere. So because we're on a sphere, these things are not visible. And reality says, dude, they're right there. Look. And Mick West says, no, not visible because of the curvature. And reality's like, hello, can you hear me? Look, just look. Can you see? No, don't look away. Look. Don't open your eyes. Look. If you don't open your eyes, I swear to God, I'm going to lick them. Yeah. Look. Okay. Can you see? Can you see the buildings and the skyline? Can you see how it's not hidden? Right. Thank you very much. Now, what's going on now, more recently, is people are going places. Now, I'll stop screen sharing. Thanks for that, Rolf, by the way. So there are people now, and what they're doing is they're going very close to the water with the cameras and filming and going, ha, look at that. You can see the shore on the other side of this body of water and boats and stuff. They're going, hold on a minute. I think you can see some of that higher than the boats. Like, the heck is going on here? And the concave earthers are going, ah, concave earth. It's like, not really concave earth though, is it? It's like, if somebody says, my camera was about 4 inches off the water, it's like, really? How did you establish that it was 4 inches off the water? I mean, it might have been good if you like shown that it was 4 inches off the water. And then I'm pretty sure that you'd have it 4 inches off, say, the wash. And this is what happens with, I'll show you a little drawing. It's so interesting, the real world. Right. When people take cameras to the beach, so here's a beach, and there's the surface under the water. Okay. Oh, right. I have to make sure that I'm showing what I'm showing. Yeah. Okay. So, right. This is how we imagine and how globe earthers would depict the beach, because it's always something that's going to give them an advantage. Here's our water, and here's the sand under the water with all those little lovely little undulations, and here's the beach, and it goes up. Okay, and 4 inches would be, well, here, let's say that would be 4 inches. But this is not a frozen lake. This instead will have a wash. The surf is going to reach up, and this is how it actually looks in the real world. Like this. See? Waves lap at the beach, and this comes over, and as it comes over, like, the top of it remains at about the same height. Okay, and here, see how the height is much smaller? There's a lot less energy for it here. Okay, so it washes up and then goes back down. So the 4 inches that people say is really here, it's really 4 inches above this wash, because they don't want their camera to get wet. So they go like 4 inches here. But wait a second. This is not 4 inches above sea level. This is sea level. This is like, well, 2 foot, maybe 3 foot. That's what happens in the real world, see? That doesn't, yeah, that's what happens in the real world. So there's somebody filming from here who thinks that they're filming from here. And they're going, wait a second, my line of sight is showing me the beach higher than boats in the distance. Like, you've got the hull of a boat and the beach is higher than that. It's like, yeah, it's because you're not at 4 inches. If you were at 4 inches, the angle from your camera towards the other beach will come 4 inches up on the hull on that boat. That's what would happen. That's what 4 inches high means. So I hope that clarified things for people like Mick West and the other globelings like JG Gonzalez. It's a cowardly people like that. Anyway, guys, that's it. I think I'm done. Oh, by the way, yes, this is interesting. This when you do videos, okay, like me, and you've exposed all kinds of people, and you see that people try to expose you, like, dude, what are you going to expose? There isn't anything for you to expose. But they carry on trying to expose. And they contact people that they know you, say, I want to talk to Antonio. I want to see. So somebody says, there's somebody who wants to talk to you. Like, yeah, okay. So they talk. Yeah, I have questions about you. So I have questions. Like, okay, what are your questions? I can't tell you my questions. That would give my game away. In other words, delusional, crazy people. There's one of those people called Dalibor Vima. This Dalibor Vima lives in Manchester. So I've said to him, he's been doing this kind of, I know stuff about all these people in which he lists me. He doesn't know anything because I've spoken with him. I said, so what have you got to show? Well, I can prove that your surname is Jewish. Like, no, you can prove that my surname has Jewish roots. But you know how in Spain and in most of the Western world, the surname is passed from the patriarchs. But you know how the Jewish religion, how it's the women that carry, it's a matriarchy. It means at some point, way back when, there was a guy who was born from a father that was Jewish. Was the wife Jewish? Nope. Otherwise, he would have been Jewish, and that would have carried on. See how that works? Dim dim. So I said to him, come and meet me. You live in Manchester, I live in South Manchester. Let's meet in Stockport, 12 noon, midday, in a cafe of your choosing. He tried to argue about meeting in a pub at night. It's like, you don't want me near alcohol first. And what's wrong with the day? In the day, we can see your face really well. Okay, so I'm meeting him in a place in Stockport on Saturday, midday. If anybody wants to come, globlings and flat earthers alike, who's in the vicinity, you're welcome to come. We're going to go to a cafe, and I would like as many witnesses as possible, although I am going to record it with my computer. And I'm going to expose this guy. Because when people do this sly type of insinuation, oh, there's stuff about him that you all don't know, and I know it, and if you knew, ooh. So you say, okay, so tell everyone. There you go. I'm just going to sit back, smoke a cigarette. You tell everyone everything that you know. And suddenly it's like, well, I don't so much know things as have questions. So that's happening. So anybody within anybody who wants to travel up to Stockport on Saturday to be there 12 midday, you're welcome. The pub is called it's not a pub, sorry. The cafe is called Rhode Island Coffee. I'll be there with this clown shoe. That's right. And then I will, well, first, I'll do it as a hangout, so I will stream it. I think it will go more like this. Here's me streaming from the cafe. Looking round. That's not him, because I've seen him. I've seen him set face to face on a Skype call. No. Oh, here's a guy who looks like he knows me. Hey, are you Antonio? Yeah. Hey, Antonio. Hey. Oh, right, come. Yeah, order, whatever. And we'll just sit there for like, I don't know, half an hour or so, and the guy won't turn up. And that's what it'll be. That's what I'm expecting. Or something similar to that. And here comes him. Oh, there you are, Daddy-Bo. Go and sit here. This is your little space for the hangout, okay? Go and tell everyone everything that you know. We're in public. This place has CCTV. You're safe. You don't need to worry about anything. Just, you have an opportunity to tell everybody on my channel, who are the people that you're trying to reach, everything that you know about me. And I'll leave it on my channel. Go ahead. Now, before I go, I've pulled all of my previous videos apart from the two latest ones. Not because of anything dodgy or anything like that, but because I mentioned in several of them something that I don't want people to have. I don't want the kind of people who I want to keep something quiet for the time being, because I'm working on it. And when I finish working on it, I'll make them all available. I can't be bothered going through the various different ones to see which ones I pointed this thing out or said this thing. And I don't want to say what that thing is, because people might have recorded them and go, yeah, so there you go. Right, somebody's saying something. Hey, I super chatted. Did you get the notification? I don't see super chats, to be honest. Let's see. I'm going to look back. That's P. Murray Level at Earth UK. I don't see any super chat. I don't know how super chats work. Honestly, I don't know how they work. I thought they'd be highlighted somewhere. They're not highlighted anywhere. In fact, I tell you what. Best thing is to just show. Wait, am I looking in the wrong window? Yeah, no. I thought I was looking in the infamous level video. I'm not. Right. Oh, wait a second. Pete, did you mean that you super chatted in the previous video? Is that what you meant? I'm going to scroll down before I use any more time. Pete, let me know if you were saying that you super chatted in the previous video or if it was in this one. And you're a flat earther. What are you doing super chatting? Murray. No, this one. Okay, so look, I'm showing on my screen my video. It says live chat at the top. It doesn't have any banner here saying what's been super chatted. Do you see? There's nothing. Nothing. I don't see anything. I'm going to scroll back to see if there's in the chat. There's a great big thing saying super chat here from you. Dude, just checking super chat works and reminder globally since I directly question Antonio. Thank you very much, man. But dude, okay, thank you very much. Should have made it like 50p or the minimum, whatever it is. But thanks, man. I owe you a fiver. No, I don't. Yes, I do, damn it. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. I'm going to say, I owe you £3 because they take two out of your fiver. But doesn't alter the fact that you just paid a fiver for it. So I owe you a freaking fiver. Stop doing that. You're going to ruin me. Sergey says, there's much more water on flat Earth in a circle than on a ball. That's right. Much more water. Jerry Hayes, very cunning way of making a globe link point there. No, it's like this. Should we look at Rory's videos of response to Jay Toller Media? Should we do that, Jerry Hayes? You see, in Jay Tollan's media, Jay Tollan's video, in fact, let's do it now. Right, there was one that said debunked. Let's see. Jay Tollan Media, debunked. Flat Earth Dogma. Where's Rory? See, in the same way, let's hit this one. I'm not going to play it because copyright strikes. Oh, Ruhif. Oh, that's interesting. He's never commented on Jenna Fredo's thing. Is that right? So you see, this video that you're seeing on the screen right now, which has now been debunked, according to the kind of people who say, that's not the dome, that's a different building that's much taller that nobody can ever see because it's not there in the real world. You see, in that video, none of this is visible. Are you getting me? None of this, never mind the mountain in the back, we'll address that in a second. None of this is visible under the natural light spectrum. Can you explain that? What was your name? Jerry something? Jerry Hayes. Don't, please, guys, let Jerry Hayes explain this. Can you explain how this, which was not visible under natural light, which would tell you globalings that it's not visible because it's beyond the curvature, can you explain how it's visible under infrared? Knock yourself out. Go on. So please, you timed him out. Don't time him out. We're gonna give him a few minutes anyway. But I appreciate you timing him out. But yeah, let's see what his answer is. We only have 5 minutes to wait. And I can kill 5 minutes as good as anyone. So I'll tell you what, I will stop screen sharing and I will start screen sharing when he replies. And I know that you're listening, Jerry Hayes. It's a good name, Hayes, considering we're now actually discussing Hayes. You know, that made you think there was a curve. We're going to kill some time. You like run out the 5 minutes, you know, time out for being a globling, making comments, not through super chat. And unless, but keep this in mind, unless your comment is actually answering the question of why it is you could not see any of that city line when it was not being looked at through infrared, we'll have you banned from this channel, okay? Banned from this channel. So, address the question in your next response. Or we'll see if you just like go quiet. And then I will address the rest of your question, because it's a great one. It's brilliant. I mean, it's just brilliant. Thanks for bringing it up. I didn't mean to comment on it before. I was going to go into there's a globally called Rory, who seems like an ex-military guy to me. But anyway, that's got nothing, no bearing on anything. Who says, oh, no, Jed Tolamidia is wrong about all of the things. All of the things, he's wrong. Like, oh, that's interesting. Not wrong showing a city that was not visible under natural light. Not wrong there, is he? Well, no, not there. It's not wrong about showing all the mountains under natural light. It's not wrong there, is he? No, not really. Hammond Walker. Dean Sumirats. He's not wrong about any of those things. Well, no, he's not. What's he wrong about? He's wrong about the different elevations to the various different peaks that he outlines. Like, is he really? Well, yes, because you see, if you make a comparison between these things, like, wait, what do you mean if you make a comparison between these things? The peaks are their location, their position, their orientation, they're all established. Elevation from sea, all of it established. It's not other peaks that look a bit like them from this point of view, but it says this. There's this compression going on that none of your globelings knew about. And this compression increases. I mean, wait, astronomers knew about it. They've known about it for a long time. It's like, wait a second, when we look at stars at the horizon, they come up like compressed. That's right. Okay, so they knew about it, but more uneducated globelings didn't know about it. So it's like, here you have, oh, here, I'll do you a little drawing. I'm enjoying today. Right. Here's a mountain and what it looks like. Here's, oh, wait, so I can see properly. Here's a mountain and what it looks like from sea level. Okay, we'll say this is sea level. See? And this is X number of meters. Okay, and this is like the real world, if you could just go and cut the mountain in half and actually measure it in meters. Okay, you can't really do that, but there's a way of establishing the height. Wonderful. Unfortunately, one of the ways of establishing the height is, well, angular resolution. It's a bit moot, okay? But never mind that. We've got like barometers and things like that. Good. Now, in the real world, what happens is this. You've got compression, and compression, and then less compression, and then less compression. Oh. You have this going on in the real world. Can you see compression? Can you see this is what's going on in the real world in terms of angular resolution? More compression in this area, then slightly less compression, then slightly less compression, then slightly less. But all together, compression when looking from a distance. Walter Bisling doesn't understand this. He thinks the world is really a cartoon. So that answers your question. Now I'm looking in the chat to see. He must have returned by now. It must have been 5 minutes. Let me see. The infrared, stop. People in the chat, stop deleting his comments. The infrared cuts through the haze so you can see more. But there is often thousands of feet missing in his videos because Mountains are outside of the refraction zone. Great. J. Tolan is a race traitor. Oh, I see. A race traitor. Wait a minute. Where did that come and go? Oh, wait. I'll highlight it. Okay. Now, please stop banning him. I'm going to address this, and then I'm going to ban him myself, so don't worry about it. Right. Is a very clever, by the way, actually addressing the question at hand. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna address this. Okay, so here we are. Jerry Hayes writes, the infrared cuts through the haze so you can see more. That's right. The infrared cuts through the haze. It doesn't really cut through anything. It just receives light that would otherwise not be received. Understand? It doesn't cut through anything, not really. The light is there anyway. The infrared is there anyway. It's just not visible to us. What's visible to us instead is haze. This haze tells us those things are not there and tells you they're not there because they're beyond the Earth's curvature. That's right. But now that you see that they're actually there, you've gone and checked the Earth's curvature and said, oh, no, look, according to the Earth's curvature, you should be able to see a little bit of the mountain. Like, that's right. According to the Earth's curvature, should you be able to see the city? And the answer is no. You shouldn't see any of the city. None. It shouldn't be there. The same as with Jenna Fredo's video, only she didn't even use infrared. See how that goes? According to the Earth curve calculator, the city should not be there, but it is. It's a problem for you. And now look, this is what it looks like. This is how easy it is to ban someone. Hide user on this channel. There you go. And now I'm going to address the rest, which I already addressed with my little drawing, okay? But there is often thousands of feet missing in his videos because mountains are outside of the refraction zone. It's like, no. Light doesn't work how you think it works. The real world that we live in is not a cartoon. You think that light is going to somehow transmit all of the information available without any loss due to interference from close enough ranges. You know how we have the visible range and we have the infrared range and we have the ultraviolet. Well, there's a range between them, and it doesn't leap from visible light range to infrared range. Those peaks that you've seen in those graphs. Well, you notice the valley between the peaks. That valley is light that's actually really there in the real world. And that light interferes, the same as not quite jamming a signal, but diffusing the signal. What does this mean? It means that the information that arrives is diffused. There is loss. Do you understand? There's loss to the information that's received. Now we're talking about visual things. So the loss is in visual things. You have pallor of color. You have diffusion of boundaries, like the edges. And you have loss in angular resolution. That's how light actually works. Thanks for your time. I wouldn't have got to explain any of that if it wasn't for your comment. Thank you. Right. That's it, guys. I'm going to quit. Oh, well, I'm going to tell you now. I was going to do some stand-up comedy at the Frog on Bucket tonight. And I've been planning, I've written a sketch, a skit, a thing, right? It's only 5 minutes. And I'm thinking about it yesterday. Like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then I'm thinking, it's going to be shit. Like, no, yeah, it'd be good. And then I said, wait a second, what are you doing it for? You did it the first time because you had this morbid dread of playing a persona or something. on a stage. I've not problems going up on a stage and talking to people about normal things, but pretending or playing a role or acting of any type, yeah, I had a huge dread of it. So I went and did it, and wasn't that bad. It's a bit like when you're standing on top of a high place, jumping down into the water, but before you jump, you think, ugh. And then you jump and you think, wow, that wasn't as bad as I thought. That's pretty good. And then you go and do it again. So I was going to go and do it again because of that little thrill thing. But then I thought, wait a second, wait. The rest of the people who are doing this, they're not doing it because of the little thrill thing. The majority of the people who want to do it because they want to pursue a career in comedy. They want to be found. They want to be signed up to agents. They want to make it. I don't have any status anxiety about making it as a comedian, because I'm not doing it. Like, that was easy. So instead I thought I'd do a hangout, which I've just done. Right, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry about the bit where I wasn't screen sharing whilst I thought I was. And yeah, it's been good. I've enjoyed it. Oh, stop presenting. Damn it. I thought I wasn't presenting anymore. Yeah, so I've enjoyed it. So to the 78 people watching, thank you very much for hanging out. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you get a little something out of it. And if nothing else, I hope you kill that time a bit better than if you're watching some silliness, some of the other silliness. Okay, so I suppose Mick West won't be able to watch all of this because it's not all kind of like put into neat little chapters. And this is where this thing begins, and this is where it ends. And here's where the next thing begins, and this is where it ends. See, because that's the structure of life. See? Oh, yeah, that reminded me. Game of Thrones. I'm just going to mention this right now. Game of Thrones. Don't know how many of you watch it. I watch it. Loads of people watch it. Yeah, fine. The number of moaning people that there are crying about how disappointed they were in the end of Game of Thrones. It's like, did you think that life was a thing where you always have to be like pleased by it? That's not how life goes. So it didn't finish how you thought it was finished. Tough titty for you, fish face. Anyway, I just really wanted to do that. In fact, I was going to do a standalone video showing nothing to do with Flat Earth. Although on Game of Thrones, the video of the credits, very cool. I'm going to say, could be seen as a Flat Earth, like The Lord of the Rings could be seen as a Flat Earth book. But especially as Middle Earth literally translates as into Latin like Mediterra or Mediterranean, Mediterranean. So I was going to make we're going to make a standalone, what's wrong with Game of Thrones critics. And I was going to show all the different channels moaning about how Game of Thrones and all of this. I'm going to say, like, yeah, what? So you thought you'd moan about it? Oh, well done, social justice warrior. Great. There you go. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. Now I'm going to go and probably maybe fix my hair. I should fix my hair before I come on. All right. Bye, all.